Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, uh, Floyd Mayweather recently just went to the UK, and he was co-promoting the Gervonta Davis Liam Walsh fight, a fight where Gervonta Davis just completely outclassed and dominated Liam Walsh. Got a third round TKO, looked really good. I believe he became the first American to have a successful title defense in the UK since Paulie Malignaggi beat Sinchenko, I'm going to say. I think it was Sinchenko when he knocked out Sinchenko. But regardless of that, what I wanted to talk about in this video was there was a number of interviews that came out this week. A lot of stuff happened with Floyd. A lot of things that were said. But one thing that he said in particular, and then there was also some footage that dropped a couple hours ago on IFL TV that, is the reason I'm making this video. He made some comments about Anthony Joshua and compared, I guess, his, because, he talks about his money a lot. So he compared, like, I guess, his fight with Pacquiao to Anthony Joshua. And he was saying, like, basically they didn't need 100,000 or 90,000 people to do X amount of dollars. Here, I'm going to let you listen to it. Here's what he had to say verbatim. Here's what Floyd said about Anthony Joshua.
Talk about that. I was in the Guinness Book of World Record for breaking all the records. You didn't tell them that?
Of course you have.
For generating billions in the sport of boxing, or having the fastest sellout crowd.
But
those guys done. And I was watching a fight when I was at my Miami house. I was at my Miami home. I was watching a fight with Klitschko and the guy Joshua, and they said that this is electrifying, sort of like the Pacquiao and Mayweather. And I said, well, we didn't have to have all those hundreds of thousands to do a $74 million gate. So, and like I said before, but those guys put on a hell of a show. Like I said before, I'm just on another planet. And you definitely know it. Because you've been around for years. And you see the same thing over and over and over again.
All right, so there you have it. Mayweather basically saying that, he's on another planet and all this stuff, and that, they didn't need 90,000 people and all this stuff. But, let's look at it like this. When Floyd fought Pacquiao, that was his, 48th fight, and he was relatively, close to his 40s. I believe he back about 38 years old or something like that. So, with that being taken into account, I can pretty much say with confidence, because let's go on box track real quick, because his 19th fight, there's no way, he wasn't the Mayweather that had beaten De La Hoya yet and had actually been in the driver's seat of boxing and then became the bad guy and then, became this megastar that we all know today. He was still pretty boy by his 19th fight, but I want to see, because I don't know exactly who he was fighting, but I'm pretty sure around his 19th fight, he had probably just fought Gennaro Chiquinito Hernandez or somewhere around that time period. Let's see, 19th fight. Who was he fighting? Okay, he had just come off the Gennaro Chiquinito Hernandez fight. He fought Angel Man Freddy, and that was right here in South Florida, actually, at the Miccosukee Resort and Gaming. So, funny enough. So there's no way in hell he was doing even 10,000, let alone 20,000 or 90,000, because the Miccosukee Resort and Gaming and way down there in Miami, it's not a big venue at all. So, I think if he were to actually look at it objectively, he should humble himself, because Anthony Joshua right now is on the brink of doing something that very few fighters can do, and that's simply reviving heavyweight boxing, the most glamour division in boxing, the most historic division in boxing, the one with the most history, the one with the biggest names in boxing. And now that we're in a day and age of social media where, news, we're in a 24-hour news cycle, he has a chance to probably become the richest fighter in the history of boxing. And that's not exaggerating at all. It's his 19th fight, and he sold 90,000 tickets, okay? Floyd never sold 90,000 tickets. And to be quite honest with you, and I'm not trying to be a hater or nothing like that, but I legitimately don't believe he could probably, unless he fought Pacquiao or De La Hoya or something like that, he couldn't have sold 90,000 tickets. And mind you, Klitschko is not this exciting. Like, Klitschko's not an exciting fighter at all, for the most part. A lot of people deem Klitschko's style as boring with the jab and grab, and the fight still turned out to be great. and he's a big name, and he's a top 10 heavyweight, but most people deem Klitschko's style as boring. So for Joshua to sell that many tickets fighting Klitschko, what does that say about his star power, and what should that say about, in the future when he fights guys who are younger in their primes with bigger names, or not bigger names, but like guys who are in their primes? What if he fights Tyson Fury? Do they do 100,000 at Wembley Stadium? If he fights Wilder, and Wilder can get some more boys behind his name over there in the UK. I'm just saying there's a chance for Anthony Joshua to not generate $1 billion, period, but just generate $1 billion with his purses in boxing. There really is that he has a chance to do that because got a big following there. It's not even his 20th fight. He's got a TV deal here in America. Has a TV deal with Sky Sports. The dude's making papers. So, I think if there's anything that Mayweather should be doing, it should be, applauding this young man for what he's doing for the sport and tipping his cap to him. And honestly, I really do sense a lot of jealousy there from Floyd because there was another video that dropped on IFL TV, if you guys should go check it out, where him and Anthony Joshua are signing autographs. And through the whole time, like Anthony Joshua is here and Floyd is like right here. So they're like not too far from each other. And, people were coming and they're taking the pictures and they're asking for autographs and things like that and having good conversation and whatnot. And Anthony Joshua, he's there. And, from what I saw, he was, in a good mood, just taking everything in, enjoying the atmosphere and whoever came his way. And Floyd was just, very, very silent the whole time. And there was even one video on IFL where some kid, I guess he went to Anthony Joshua and he said, congratulations on the Klitschko fight. And Mayweather thought he was talking to him. And so the kid says congratulations, and then Mayweather's like, oh no, he was telling me congratulations on a good career, and he smiled it off. But there was definitely like a bit of insecurity and jealousy I noticed from Floyd, and it shouldn't be that way because Floyd, regardless of what I have to say about his career, I have my opinions on it. He was a A-level fighter, skills out, had skills, was a really skilled fighter, A-level fighter. Even the biggest Floyd hater will have to admit that his fights with Corrales or Gotti, those performances that he put on in those fights, among some of the best we've seen in the last 15 years. So you got to give him some proper credit where it's due, but the dude is clearly jealous, and he should humble himself and actually just applaud Anthony Joshua for what he's got going on over there in the UK, because it's truly a remarkable thing how he's able to just, generate so much in boxing and bring so much attention to boxing, which, here in America, I wish we had. If Anthony Joshua was American and he was fighting here, I wish we had someone like him. Just a guy that does everything you want a true champion to do, which is, fight the best fighters. He doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too high on his horse, but he's still a killer in the ring. And he gives, on fight night, you never have to worry about if Anthony Joshua is going to deliver you a boring fight. So far in his career, the 19 fights, really only 2 of them being notable fights, or 3 of them, I should say, because, even though Charles Martin was a joke of an opponent, it was still, a fight that he had to win to get the IBF title. And, so Martin fight, Dillian White fight, and then most importantly at all, the Vladimir Klitschko fight, on 3 occasions he's delivered very good performances, particularly in the Klitschko fight. That, to me, in recent memory, in the last 10 to 15 years, is probably the best heavyweight fight in terms of excitement that we've seen, especially when we consider the fact that we have a guy in Klitschko who's a top 10 all-time great versus a guy that many are pegging to be the future in the face of boxing. So overall, Mayweather is jealous of Joshua, and I just wanted to say that. But you guys in the comments, let me know what you think. Do you think Mayweather is jealous of Anthony Joshua? I personally think he is. He can't stand to see. He can't stand to walk in a room and see another guy get more attention than he does. So that's what it is, man. You got to work on that insecurity, Floyd, and just give credit where it's due, whether that be with Joshua or whoever it may be. But let me know what you guys in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.